Sneakers long ago evolved from merely a basketball player's footwear to something more, a cultural phenomenon of their own that is intertwined with the sport. Few people understand that link quite like Marauder Aaron Redpath, who took his first steps into sneaker culture just as his budding basketball career was blooming. It was his father, an athlete in his own right, who taught Redpath to respect and care for his shoes.
I've always had a thing for sneakers. It actually started from my dad. I remember he got me my first pair of LeBrons, and he told me like I wanted to wear them right away. He told me that if I could keep them clean for a month, he'll give me $10. And so I was young at the time, so I just put them in the closet. I thought I outsmarted him, so I just put it in the closet and I didn't touch them. And every day I'd go open the closet and I'd just see them, and it was just nice to look at a nice fresh clean pair of shoes. And so I kept it in there for a month, got my $10, and from then on it was just like I wanted to collect them and then put them on display and just look at them and just keep them nice and clean.
As a kid just acquainting himself with sneakers, Redpath wasn't in tune with the history they carried with them. But as he began to immerse himself in the Jordan brand, he wanted to know more. For decades, sneakers have been synonymous with the NBA stars who have sported them. Generations of basketball fans have grown up coveting the shoes that their favorite players wore. For Redpath, that figure was Vince Carter.
I liked Vince Carter. I know he was cause he's big in Toronto, right? So growing up, I watched him a lot, and but he would wear some and-ones. I remember my first couple of shoes were the Nike Shocks that he actually wore as well. I like those. I got those ones from the Nike factory as well. The first player that I've always watched Michael Jordan clips and stuff, so I've seen the numerous shoes that he has, and I've always seen the types that he releases and stuff like that. So I really got into Jordans because of Michael Jordan, I would say. But nowadays, like I see everybody going retro with like a lot of guys on the Raptors, DeMar DeRozan, Amir Johnson, all those guys wearing Jordans, and then Terrence Ross wearing the foam posits, like as you said. So it's good to see it going back to the classic.
Redpath's dual role as both a collector and a player makes him more practical when it comes to selecting sneakers. More than simple aesthetics, the Marauder guard needs to be comfortable busting out a shoe on court.
My ankle support, like I know a lot of the new shoes coming out these days with the Kobe's and the Durants, they all have like, they're all low cut and don't really have the ankle support. For me though, I need that ankle support. I don't like to get my ankles taped. I also need the shoe to be a little bit flexible just to allow for cuts and stuff like that on the court, so that I don't turn my ankle doing a cut too often. The sole for me can't be too flat. Like it has to have a little bit of give in it, just because in basketball you're always jumping, you're always making cuts, sprinting. Like you just need so much flexibility with the shoe that anything that's too flat or too rigid, it could result in an ankle injury or Achilles or something like that. So I make it work, right? So if I see a shoe that I really would be like, I like to play in those, I'll kind of get accustomed to it, and if I really can't, then I just really can't. But I think that I'm able to adapt to the shoe if I really like it and I really want to wear it. So I mean, for instance, the Jordan 12s that I play in, a lot of people said that they wouldn't be able to play in those just because they feel like it's too heavy or something like that. But to me, they're fine. Like they are a bit heavy, but I adapt and I like playing them. I grew accustomed to just playing in them.
In February of 2012, McMaster announced its landmark partnership with Nike, one that brought exclusive access to Jordan gear to the Marauder basketball teams. As a longtime Jordan convert, Redpath was understandably excited and even helped to design McMaster's new jersey with the signature Jumpman.
As soon as I heard it, I got super excited. It was like the greatest news I heard since I've been at the school. And I heard like, yeah, we're sponsored by Jordan, sponsored by Nike, we'd be getting nice Jordan jerseys, and instantly I just wanted to be involved with like picking the jerseys and stuff. And we had our assistant coach, who's now actually the head coach at Guelph, but she was with us, and she picked and designed all the stuff, and she asked for my input, which was huge because she knew I was big into Jordan, and I was just glad because before we were Under Armour, so I wasn't able to wear Jordan sneakers or anything like that. So as soon as we got it, I was super excited.
The Marauders' new look didn't go unnoticed and drew comments from across the OUA.
In the league noticed that we had a big time recruiting class coming in. I feel like getting this Jordan deal put more eyes on us and stuff like that. I think they just knew that it was a sign of things to come for the future. Absolutely, everybody was like man, you guys get the sickest gear and it's not fair. Like, I wish I would have known about that when I was being recruited and all that type of stuff. So I mean, it definitely sparked some conversations amongst different teams in the league and friends of ours that play on different teams. And there's a little bit of jealousy there. There's a saying, look good, feel good, play good. So I mean, when we walk out, we know we're looking good. We know we're wearing the Jordan gear. We know we're looking probably the best in the league, right? So now it's just a matter of executing our game plan and actually playing the game, because you can't just look good and win a basketball game, right? So I mean, the schools put some nice gear on our backs, and now we just have to continue to play.
McMaster's confidence as a team continues to grow as they evolve into a perennial contender in the OUA, and the cutting-edge gear lends swagger of its own. But Redpath knows that there's much work to be done if the Marauders are to take the next step.
There definitely is. I mean, we know how talented we are, and we know how hard we work, but we know that in order to win a national championship, it's going to take a lot more than just having Jordan gear. We know we lost a few close ones to Carleton, who were the former national champions, and we know that we have a lot of work to do.